How's it going, everybody? Hope we're all doing very well today. Back again with a brand new video for the Bushcraft channel. So today we're doing something that I'm slightly trepidatious about because it's not worked in the past. But I'm also very excited because it is going to work today. Going to be giving you a cooking class on how to make nettle soup. And you know, like some of you might, as soon as you hear that, think, ew, why would you want to eat that? Well, I'm going to show you why you want to eat it today and why it's very healthy for you, and how easy it is to make. So hopefully it all goes well. This is my third attempt at trying to get this spot on, so third time lucky. First time I made it, it was more just like a disgusting brown broth with little bits of leaves floating on the top of it. And then the second time I made it, it just didn't work at all. I didn't cook it for long enough and the stings were still on the leaves. So I spat it out, threw it away, opened a bag of crisps and sat here and sulked. So, but I've reevaluated, got a new game plan. So hopefully it works today. And I'll be back with you soon. So this is my basic setup that I was on about. My game plan for today was to get the pan off of the fire, elevate it up a little bit. Because in the past when I've made it, I've always had the pan just sitting on the fire kindle and it's very smoky. It just gets everywhere and it's not very pleasant. So I had this idea to get a cooking tripod, and I went to go outdoors last night and there was one for 35 quid, and I thought, I'm not paying that, you know, it's for, I want it to be rough and ready, this thing that I'm going to use if I ever want to cook stuff. You know, not that I'm a tight ass with money. I literally gave 10 quid to a homeless person the other night because I felt bad for him. But this dishwash rail here, that was 3 quid. Cooking skewers, there was a pack of them for 4 quid. Bag of Kindle, 1.99. And then this pan here, which the potatoes are now simmering in, that was from my grandma. She knew that I was really into sort of bushcraft stuff, and she had a job load of pans and cutlery sitting in the back of her cupboard. She just said I could have them. So happy days. But yeah, it's coming on nicely. Every time I put the pan back on the fire, it just bubbles immediately. So it's obviously, you know, like cooking well, boiling well, I should say. So let's keep on with it and I'll keep you updated. Okay, so we've got the finished product now. Well, at least I think it's finished. I've had it boiling for about 25 minutes to half an hour. And, you know, this might look absolutely disgusting to some people, but that is the best it's ever looked in the 3 attempts that I've made it. Like, it still looks like a broth, but at least it's, you know, slightly thicker. In times of, it looks a bit more palatable as well. The oxo cube I put in there. So yeah, I think the key to it, I might need to put another potato in there just to thicken it up some more. I'll have another go at it in the future. But yeah, just going to let it cool there for a bit and we'll have some dinner. So we've got the finished product here. Creme de la nettle soup, my old man. Let's give it a go. It's nice as that. Very herby, like plain basil. Now, nettle soup is really healthy for us. It's a natural diuretic, you know, so it keeps your flow nice and regular. It's an anti-inflammatory as well, so it helps with coughs and colds and, you know, chest infections and things like that. It's high in iron, and it's really good for your heart as well. So for a heavy smoker like me, that's not a bad thing at all. And I've even put a little bit of dandelion leaf in there as well, just to give it a bit of a bitter taste. Because dandelion leaves on their own are very bitter. I wouldn't recommend it. But, you know, in a survival situation, could save your life. So yeah, words to the wise there. Dandelion leaves are edible. They're not just for tortoises. But dandelion leaves are also very healthy for us because they're very high in vitamin D. And of course, as us as an animal, as a species, we can't convert our own calcium, so we have to absorb vitamin D in order to do so, and it gives us nice, strong, healthy bones. So yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with it. I'm gonna finish my dinner in a minute. But you know, it's interesting. You know, like I get a lot of flack and get the mick taken at me quite a bit by friends and family for eating this kind of stuff, and it's just interesting to me because, you know, before farming was invented, before processed food was invented, you know, 10,000 years ago and further back than that, back when our species were still hunter-gatherers, when we were a member of the food chain, not at the top of the food chain like we are today, this is the sort of stuff we would have eaten. You know, like on the days when we couldn't catch a deer, or, you know, our fishing nets were empty. You know, food items that are, you know, very high in protein, which are essential to us as omnivores. This is what we would have eaten. You know, nettle soup, you know, fibrous food sources, and it would have been our bread and butter. Really, would have helped see us through until we could catch that next protein source. So yeah, it's very handy to know how to make it. I think it is anyway. In case there's an apocalypse, then at least I won't go hungry. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to eat my dinner now. Probably going to have a go at making this again in the future and film it. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed this. If you've any video requests that you'd like me to do, talk about in, you know, in terms of bushcraft, please let me know. Give the video a like, subscribe, share it. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you all further on down the line. Bye bye.